I stood in my wedding dress, looking at 200 guests, knowing the groom would never show up, because he didn't exist. My hands shook as I held the bouquet. The church was packed. My mother sat in the front row, smiling so wide her cheeks must have hurt. My father stood near the altar, chest puffed out, proud. My friends whispered excitedly behind me. The photographer adjusted his camera. But there was no Tossie. Well, there was a Tossie, just not the one I told everyone about. Let me go back 3 months. I was 32 and tired. Tired of my mother's phone calls asking when I'd settle down. Tired of my aunties at every family gathering, shaking their heads like I was some broken thing that needed fixing. Tired of my younger cousin Ruth showing off her husband and new baby every Sunday. Onavi, you're not getting younger, my mother said for the millionth time. What are you waiting for? I ran a small catering business in Lagos. It was doing well. I had my own apartment. I was happy, but to everyone else, I was incomplete. Then I met Tossie at a birthday party my friend Bola threw. He was quiet, thoughtful. He didn't try too hard. We talked about music, about dreams, about places we wanted to visit. He told me he worked in tech, building apps for small businesses. I told him about my catering company and how I wanted to expand. We exchanged numbers, started texting, then talking on the phone late into the night, then meeting for dinner, then holding hands across the table. For the first time in years, I felt light, like maybe I could trust someone again. You see, before Tossie, there was Daniel. Daniel who promised me forever, then left me for someone less busy. Daniel who said I cared more about my business than him. Daniel who broke me so badly I swore I'd never let anyone that close again. But Tossie felt different. Safe. Until I got scared. One evening, my mother called. Onavi, I heard Ruth is pregnant again. Her second child. And you're still here, alone, chasing money. What will people say? Something in me snapped. I was tired of defending myself. Tired of being the topic of every family meeting. So I lied. Mama, I have good news, I said, my voice steady even though my heart was racing. I'm getting married. Silence. Then screaming. Happy screaming. Praise God. Finally. Who is he? When? Where? Does your father know? I should have stopped right there. I should have said I was joking, that I misspoke. But the relief in her voice, the joy, I hadn't heard her that happy in years. His name is Tossie. He works in tech. We've been seeing each other for a few months. The wedding is in 3 months. My mother shouted the news to my father in the background. I heard him laughing. My phone buzzed non-stop after that. Relatives, friends, everyone congratulating me. And just like that, I was engaged to a man who had no idea. I kept seeing Tossie. We grew closer. He made me laugh. He remembered small things I said. He brought me lunch at work when I was too busy to eat. He didn't rush me, didn't pressure me. I wanted to tell him the truth. But how? How do you say, by the way, my entire family thinks we're getting married in 3 months, but I haven't even told you I love you yet. So I waited. And the wedding date got closer. My mother started planning. She booked the church, chose colors, sent out invitations. She called me every day with updates. Onavi, the caterer confirmed. The cake designer sent samples. Your dress is ready for the first fitting. I felt like I was drowning. 2 months before the wedding, Tossie and I were sitting in his car after dinner. He held my hand and looked at me seriously. Onavi, I need to tell you something. My chest tightened. What is it? I'm falling in love with you, he said. I know it's only been a few months, but I see a future with you. I just wanted you to know. I should have been happy. I should have told him the truth right there. But fear choked me. I feel the same way, I whispered. He smiled and kissed my forehead. That night, I went home and cried. Because I knew I was about to ruin everything. 1 month before the wedding, Tossie started acting strange. He took longer to reply to my messages. Cancelled 2 dates. When we did meet, he seemed distracted. My friend Bola noticed. Maybe he's planning a surprise, she said. Men get weird when they're about to propose. But this felt different. Then, 3 weeks before my fake wedding date, Tosi called me. Can we meet? I need to talk to you. My stomach dropped. I knew that tone. I'd heard it before, from Daniel, right before he left. We met at a quiet restaurant. Tosi looked tired. He ordered water and didn't touch it. Onavi, I've been thinking a lot, he began. About us. About the future. Here it comes, I thought. He's ending it. I love you, he said. But before we go further, I need to know I can trust you. Completely. I nodded, not trusting my voice. So I'm going to ask you something, and I need you to be completely honest with me. My hands went cold. Are you seeing anyone else? Is there anything you're hiding from me? This was it. My moment to come clean. To tell him about the lie, about the wedding, about everything. But fear won. No, I said. There's nothing. I'm all in with you. He studied my face for a long moment, then smiled. Okay, I believe you. Relief and guilt crashed over me in equal measure. Actually, he continued, I wanted to wait, but I can't anymore. He reached into his jacket pocket. No. He pulled out a small box and opened it. A simple, beautiful ring sat inside. Onavi, will you marry me? The restaurant blurred. I couldn't breathe. This wasn't happening. Yes, I heard myself say. Yes. People around us clapped. Tosi slipped the ring on my finger and kissed me. I smiled and hugged him while inside. I was screaming. Because now I had 2 engagements. One real, one fake. And no idea how to fix either. I had 2 weeks to figure it out. I avoided Tosi's calls about wedding plans. Told him I wanted to wait a bit to tell people. To enjoy the engagement privately first. He thought it was sweet. My mother, meanwhile, had gone into overdrive. The church was decorated. The reception hall was booked. My dress hung in my closet, a beautiful white lie. I considered running away. Just disappearing. Starting over somewhere else. But then my father called. Onavi, I'm so proud of you, he said, his voice thick with emotion. I always worried about you, working so hard, always alone. But now you'll have someone to take care of you. I can rest easy now. I cried after that call. Because I realized the lie wasn't just about me anymore. It was about everyone who believed in it. 1 week before the wedding, I made a decision. I would tell Tosi everything. Face the consequences. Cancel the fake wedding. Hurt my family but save the real relationship. I called him. Can you come over tonight? I need to talk to you about something important. I was actually about to call you, he said. I need to talk to you too. How about we meet at that coffee shop near your place? Okay. I spent hours rehearsing what to say. How to explain. How to apologize. I wore the ring he gave me and touched it like a talisman. When I got to the coffee shop, Tosi was already there. But he wasn't alone. A woman sat across from him. She was beautiful, professional looking. They were talking seriously. I froze at the entrance. Tosi saw me and waved me over. Onavi, this is my sister, Grace. Grace, this is Onavi, my fiancé. His sister stood and hugged me. I've heard so much about you. Tosi talks about you constantly. We sat down. My rehearsed confession stuck in my throat. Grace came to help me with something, Tosi said. He looked nervous. Onavi, I haven't been completely honest with you. My heart stopped. I did something I'm not proud of, he continued. Before I proposed, I was scared. I'd been hurt before, badly. So I had someone look into your background. You what? The words came out sharper than I intended. I know. It was wrong. But I needed to know I could trust you. That you weren't hiding anything major. Grace touched his arm. Tosi, maybe this isn't. No, she deserves to know. He looked at me. And the thing is, something came up. The room tilted. There's a wedding invitation going around with your name on it. Date set for next week. But the groom's name isn't mine. Everything stopped. At first I thought it was a mistake, maybe someone with the same name. But then I saw your mother's name listed. Your father's. The church is 10 minutes from your apartment. I couldn't speak. So I'm asking you now, Onavi, what is that wedding? Who is that groom? And why didn't you tell me? The coffee shop sounds faded away. All I could hear was my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. Tossie waited. Grace watched me with something like pity in her eyes. I can explain, I finally managed. Please do, Tossie said. His voice was calm, but I could see hurt in his eyes. So I told him. Everything. The pressure from my family. The phone call with my mother. The lie that spiraled out of control. The fake wedding that became real in everyone's minds except mine. There is no other groom, I said, tears streaming down my face. It was supposed to be fake. A way to get my family off my back. But then I met you, really met you, and everything became complicated. I wanted to tell you so many times, but I was scared. Scared you'd think I was crazy. Scared you'd leave. So you lied instead, Tossie said quietly. Yes. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Grace excused herself, giving us privacy. Tossie sat back, running his hands over his face. Do you understand what this means? You built our entire relationship on a lie. While I was falling in love with you, planning a future, you were living in some fake reality. It wasn't fake with you. What we have, that's real. Is it? How do I know? You looked me in the eye and lied when I asked if you were hiding anything. You said yes to my proposal while planning a fake wedding. What else have you lied about? Nothing. I swear. Everything else was real. I don't know if I can believe that. He took off his jacket, looking tired. I told you I'd been hurt before. The woman I was with before you, she lied about small things at first. Then bigger things. By the time I found out the truth, I'd wasted 3 years on someone I never really knew. I'm not her. No, but you did the same thing. You lied because it was easier than being honest. I reached for his hand, but he pulled away. What happens next week? He asked. Are you actually going through with this fake wedding? No. I'll cancel everything. I'll tell my family the truth. And what will you tell them? That you lied to them for months. That you made your mother plan a wedding for a groom that doesn't exist. That you let your father spend money on something fake. Each question hit like a punch. Or will you tell them about me? He continued. Will you say, actually, I have a real fiancé now, so let's just switch the names on the invitation? I don't know. I just know I need to fix this. Tossie stood up. I need time to think. It's too much. Please don't leave. Not like this. I'm not leaving. I'm just taking space. I'll call you. He walked out of the coffee shop. Grace gave me a sad smile on her way out too. I sat there alone, the ring heavy on my finger, and realized I'd just lost the first real thing I'd had in years. I went home and called my mother. Mama, we need to talk about the wedding. Yes. I was just about to call you. The musician confirmed. Everything is perfect. 6 more days, Onavi. Mama, please listen. There's something I need to tell you. What is it? Is Tossie okay? Are you sick? No, Mama. It's about Tossie. The wedding. All of it. I heard my father's voice in the background. What's wrong? Is she calling off the wedding? My mother must have put me on speaker because suddenly both their voices filled my ear. Onavi, what is going on? I opened my mouth. Closed it. Tried again. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't destroy the happiness in their voices. Nothing, Mama. Everything is fine. I just wanted to confirm the time for the ceremony. 10 in the morning. You know this already. Are you nervous? It's normal to be nervous. Yes, just nervous. I'll call you later. I hung up and threw my phone across the room. Bola came over an hour later. I'd sent her a long, panicked message. Girl, what are you going to do? She asked, sitting on my couch. I don't know. If I cancel the fake wedding, my family will be destroyed. If I don't cancel it, I'll be standing in a church in a wedding dress with no groom. And either way, I've lost Tossi. Have you heard from him? No. It's been 5 hours. Maybe you should give him more time. I don't have time. The wedding is in 6 days. Bola was quiet for a moment. What if you told your family the truth, but also told them about your real engagement? Maybe they'd understand. Maybe they'd be happy you found someone real. You don't know my mother. She'll never forgive me for lying. And my father, he's been telling everyone about this wedding. His friends, his colleagues. He'll be humiliated. But Onavi, you can't marry a ghost. Something has to give. She was right. But I was too scared to choose. 3 days before the wedding, Tossi finally called. Can we meet? We met at a park this time. Neutral ground. He looked like he hadn't slept. I've thought about everything, he said. And I've made a decision. I braced myself. I love you, Onavi. I really do. But I can't be with someone I don't trust. And right now, I don't trust you. I understand. Let me finish. He took a breath. I can't be with you right now. But I don't want to be the reason you hurt your family either. So here's what I'm proposing. Go through with your wedding. I stared at him. What? Tell your family the truth after. But don't do it now, not with 3 days to go. It'll destroy them. Instead, on the wedding day, I'll show up. Tossi, I don't understand. I'll be your groom. We'll get married. Your family will be happy. And then, after everything settles, we'll figure out if we can actually make this work. But we'll do it honestly, starting from that day. You'd marry me. After everything. I'd marry the woman I fell in love with. I just need to know if she's real. And the only way to find out is to start over, with complete honesty this time. I didn't know what to say. It felt too generous, too good to be true. But there's a condition, he added. From the wedding day forward, no more lies. About anything. No matter how small. One lie, and I'm gone for good. I promise. No more lies. Then I'll see you at the church on Saturday. He kissed my forehead and walked away, leaving me standing there, confused and hopeful and terrified all at once. Saturday came too fast. I stood in the bride's room at the church, wearing my white dress. My mother fussed over my veil. My friends took pictures. Everything felt surreal. You look beautiful, my mother said, crying happy tears. I'm so glad you found someone who loves you. Guilt crashed over me, but I swallowed it down. After today, I'd tell her everything. After today, I'd be honest. The music started. My father came to walk me down the aisle. Ready? He asked. Yes, Daddy. We walked through the church doors. 200 people stood and turned to look at me. And there, at the altar, stood Tossi. He wore a suit. He smiled at me. He was really there. Relief flooded through me. He came. He actually came. I walked down the aisle, my father's arm steady beside me. When we reached the altar, my father shook Tossi's hand and placed my hand in his. The pastor began the ceremony. Everything was perfect. Too perfect. Then the pastor got to the vows. Do you, Tossi, take Onavi to be your wife? Tossi looked at me, really looked at me, and said, I'm sorry. I can't do this. The church went silent. What? I whispered. I thought I could, Tossi said, his voice shaking. I thought marrying you would be a fresh start. But standing here now, in front of all these people, knowing this whole day started as a lie, I can't build a life on that foundation. My mother gasped. My father stood up. I love you, Onavi, Tossi continued. But you need to heal the part of you that thought lying was easier than being honest. And I need to heal the part of me that's so afraid of being hurt that I'd marry someone I don't fully trust. We both deserve better than this. He stepped back from the altar. The church erupted. People shouted. My mother started crying. Different tears this time. My father demanded to know what was happening. I stood there in my white dress, frozen. Tossie walked down the aisle and out of the church. And I knew I had to make a choice. I could have run after him, begged him to stay, tried to fix it right there. But instead, I turned to face everyone. "He's right," I said. My voice echoed in the church. This whole wedding started as a lie. I told them everything. The initial lie to my mother. The fake wedding. Meeting Tossie for real. The proposal. All of it. My mother sat down, looking like I'd slapped her. My father's face went hard. "I'm sorry," I said. "I'm sorry to everyone. I was scared and stupid, and I hurt people I love. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just needed you to know the truth." I walked down the aisle and out of the church, still in my wedding dress. The next few weeks were the hardest of my life. My mother didn't speak to me for 2 weeks. When she finally did, it was short and cold. My father said I'd embarrassed the family. Relatives called to lecture me. Friends didn't know what to say. My business suffered too. Word spread about what happened. Some clients cancelled. My reputation took a hit. But something strange happened. As everything fell apart, I felt lighter. No more secrets. No more lies. No more pretending. I started therapy. Worked on understanding why I lied. Why I was so afraid of being vulnerable. Learned that running from difficult conversations only makes them harder. I focused on rebuilding my catering business, but differently this time. More honestly. I stopped trying to be perfect and started being real. My social media changed from polished photos to honest posts about the struggles of running a business. And people responded. New clients came. People who appreciated honesty. 6 months after the wedding that wasn't, my mother finally had a real conversation with me. "I was so angry," she said. "So hurt. But your father and I talked to a counselor at our church. He helped us understand that we put too much pressure on you. That we made marriage seem like the only way you could be valuable." "Mama, I made my own choices. The lying was on me." "Yes, but we created the environment that made you feel like you had to lie. I'm sorry for that." We cried together. Started healing together. My father took longer, but eventually, he came around too. I didn't hear from Tossie for 8 months. Then one evening, my phone buzzed. A message from him. "Hi. I heard about your business. Saw your posts. I'm proud of you for being so honest. How are you?" We started talking again. Slowly. Carefully. He told me he'd done therapy too. Worked on his trust issues, his fear of vulnerability. We met for coffee. No pressure, no expectations. Just 2 people trying to be honest. "I'm not the same person I was," I told him. "Neither am I," he said. "I don't know if we can fix what broke," I admitted. "Maybe we can't fix it," he said. "Maybe we build something new instead. Something real this time, from the ground up." I'd like that. We didn't get engaged again. Didn't rush into anything. But we started dating, really dating. Learning each other honestly this time. And slowly, carefully, we built something that didn't need lies to hold it up. A year after the wedding that wasn't, I stood in my catering kitchen, preparing food for a client's anniversary party. My phone rang. Tossie's name flashed on the screen. "Hey," I answered, smiling. "Hey, are you busy tonight?" "Not really. Why?" "I want to take you somewhere. It's important." "Okay. Should I be worried?" He laughed. "No. Just trust me." And the thing is, I did. Because we'd spent a year building that trust, piece by piece, honest word by honest word. Whatever came next, we'd face it together. Not perfectly, not without mistakes, but honestly. And that made